Good afternoon, everybody. Good to see you all. I know you have a million questions about Quassy because some of you have been coming up to me in the hallway and asking me or asking other people. So I will ask to let me go through everything, and then I will have time at the end where teachers can put some comments in the chat that I have on YouTube, and I can see them right now there. So just hold your questions because probably you have a lot of questions in your mind right now that I'm going to answer. I'm going to share a couple general reminders and then we'll get into Quassy and tomorrow's schedule because you're dying to know. On Google Classroom, this is the 8th grade Google Classroom. I have posted a few things in the last couple days. You should have already filled out your t-shirt size. So if you did not do that, you have till 2:50 to do that today. And I'll talk about t-shirts in a minute. If you don't choose your size, I will choose for you. And if you don't choose your size, you might not get one tomorrow. And you need it if you're going to Quassy. So make sure you take care of that. I think I can tell you right now that there's quite a few on here. It's over 100. So make sure you have it. You do that before the end of the day. Next thing is Miss Valenti posted a link. We are having the pre-promotion party, which we'll talk about a little more next week. But we're making a playlist for all the events to play music. Please put some song titles and artists' names on that. Just remember that we have to have clean versions. So if you pick something and there isn't a clean version, just don't be disappointed if it's not doesn't make the playlist. And then up here, I made a West Rocks Class of 2026 website. And I want you guys to use this and to use it with your families because there's a lot of information on here. And a lot of the questions you guys are asking, you can find the answers to your own questions. So the first thing on the page here, I know this looks crazy, but this is the 8th grade calendar for the month of June. Today is the 2nd. You can see we had the grad walk at 11:15. We're having this virtual meeting at 1:30. You're going to go to Core 4. If you're going to Norwalk High next year and you're playing sports, you should go to this Meet the Coaches night at Norwalk High tonight at 6 p.m. They explain what you need to do to be eligible to play. Sometimes you have to get physicals. A lot of the teams have practices over the summer, so you should go tonight if you're available. If you're going to Brian McMahon, they're having their I put NHS, but Meet the Coaches night at McMahon is tomorrow night. And you see I kind of pinked out the day tomorrow because we're at Quassy, and there's the schedule for the rest of the week. Below it is next week's schedule, and then the week of promotion. So anything you want to know day by day, the Spanish final was on there. I put due dates for things if teachers gave them to me. This is the place to go and check what is happening today. What, as an 8th grader, do I need to know? On the top, you can see there's a link for pre-promotion party. When you click on that, I stopped sharing. This pre-promotion party link is the permission slip because you need a permission slip to go to that. So you do that, and then your parents can sign up and volunteer here. Promotion and other information. This gives you all the things you need to know about promotion. We're not going to go into that today. There'll be another day for that, but it lets you know you get 3 tickets. It lets you know what to wear if you go through the slides. Here's another link to the permission slip. This is for pre-promotion party and the trip to City Hall to practice for promotion. So make sure somebody at home fills this out. And then last but not least, if you still want to buy a yearbook, the link is there. I'm not sure if the link is still active, but there are still some left and you can purchase them. I believe the price went up a little bit to $38. So that is where you can find all this information. And again, how do I get to this website? I go to the 8th grade Google Classroom, and that's how I get there. And I'm going to actually move this to the top. And there it is on the top. Because underneath it, I put a remind message. those of you who have maybe been in drama or other things, Remind is a platform that allows me to send group text messages to all of you, like check in at Quassy is at 12 o'clock or whatever I'm sending. I did something very smart this year. Your parents had to put your cell phone number on the permission slip. So I copied and pasted those right into Remind. So when you race to your locker at 2:50 to grab your phone because you're just dying to see all those notifications you got, you will have seen an invitation or a text that says Dr. Golding has invited you to the West Rocks class of 2026 Remind. It might ask you to just reply to accept the invitation, but this way you're all in it. And hi, Dr. Reynolds, and you can grab all the information you need and it'll all be there, because part of the requirement to go tomorrow is to make sure you're in that group so you can get notifications. You could also text me and I see it. And we don't have to necessarily have each other's phone numbers. So it's a really cool system to use. And just make sure you're on the lookout for that. So that is those are the recent updates on the Google Classroom. Again, this is your destination, your one-stop shop for everything that you need to know. My t-shirt sign up is here, the website with the calendar, with promotion information. If my family is confused, maybe I go check that and talk about it with someone at home before I reach out and ask a question. And then the Remind information and all of that. And that is something that we continuously will update, especially the calendar, so that you're in the loop of what is happening. I'm going to switch gears for a minute. And I'm going to switch over to talk about Quassy.
Tomorrow weather looks great. It's going to be nice and warm. Water parks should be open. And usually when it's warm and we've gone, kids have a lot of fun. So just understand that you'll be able to bring what you need. And if you're interested in it, weather looks great for the water park, especially. It is going to be hot, so make sure you're going to stay hydrated. But it should be a lot of fun tomorrow.
The first question that I got is, what time do I have to be here tomorrow? You do not have to be here any earlier than the normal school day. Like, the doors will still open at 8 a.m. However, I will tell you that if you're a friend that sometimes comes tardy to school, please, please, please don't plan on coming at 8:45, 9 o'clock and think that you're going to be okay, because we're leaving right after homeroom. So 8:15, we're in homeroom. We do quick Panther news. We get called out to buses. We take attendance. We go. The faster we're on the road, the faster we get there and the more time we actually have in the park. So please make sure that you're on time to school tomorrow and that we're not walking the halls and doing our laps and getting our steps in. You'll get plenty of steps in at Quassy. So normal time, you're going right to homeroom. The other question I've been getting a lot of is, what if I don't have a West Rock shirt to wear? I just went hot off the press. Everybody is getting one of these lovely cardinal red West Rock shirts. They are special because they are the class of 2026 shirts. So you will get one of these, and that was the reason you filled out the form for your size. These will be waiting for everyone in homeroom tomorrow. If you're not going to Quassy, still fill out the form because you are still going to get your shirt tomorrow. So you have to wear this at all times in the park. If you go into the water park, obviously you can they have changing areas. You can change into a bathing suit. But if you're leaving the water park and you're going back into going on the rides, you must have this red shirt on. And everybody's been asking me, sneakers. Yes, you will not be allowed on the coach buses, because that was another question. Yes, we're taking coach buses. You will not be allowed on the coach buses unless you have sneakers on in the morning. Can you bring slides or Crocs? Sure, for the water park, whatever. But if you're going on rides and walking around the park, you need to have your sneakers on. We're asking you to bring swimwear that's appropriate for school and a towel for the water park. You must have dry clothes for the ride home. So we'll make sure you have time to change. And that you will, we don't want anybody to have to sit on in wet clothes on the way home. Lunch is included. You paid your price, and that is a buffet, hamburgers, hot dogs, fries, things like that. If you have any dietary restrictions, you are allowed to bring your own food or lunch. They do allow you to bring food into the park. And I would also recommend, regardless, that you pack a snack so you have something to eat maybe on the way home, because we'll be leaving the park around 2:45, 3 o'clock. And it's a long day. You'll probably want something to eat by that point. You can bring money for other things, like if you were interested in playing a game, buying a souvenir, buying dessert, but you don't need to. If you bring a reusable water bottle, I do believe that they have areas where you can fill that up at no cost. And it, like Dr. Reynolds said, it is going to be warm, so it's probably a good idea to bring a reusable water bottle. No one will be allowed to get on the bus with a Starbucks drink, an iced coffee. None of that will be on the bus in the morning. You can just bring on your really reusable water bottles. We talked about Remind already. You're going to check your phone at 2:50 for an invite from me. The links are on Google Classroom. If you didn't get the invite, there was some parents who didn't fill out a number. Maybe you don't have a phone. I'm not sure. But if you didn't get that invitation or you have a new number, there is a link for you to join. This is the next rule, which I need to remind you. We give you a lot of freedom in the park because it is a smaller park, especially if you went to Six Flags on Friday with music. You need to be with 4 or more people at all times. So that's you and 3 other people or more traveling from rides to rides, going to the bathroom, standing in line. It's a safety thing, because if you think about 4 people, if somebody didn't feel well and you needed to go find a chaperone, somebody could stay with that other person and 2 people could go off on their own. And this way, no one would ever be alone, because that's what we don't want. We don't want anybody walking around by themselves. It's our job to make sure that we go with everyone. They have a great time. Everyone stays safe, and we come back with just having a good time. We will check in at lunch with chaperones. Your chaperone will be your homeroom teacher. Some homerooms that have a lot of students going may have another teacher with them. For example, Miss Camerata is joining us. She might be with another homeroom if that homeroom has a lot of students attending. And then we check in at the end of the day. And that's why we use the Remind. I send Remind messages to give you a heads up, like, oh, in a half hour, you have to be at lunch. In a half hour, you have to meet by the bumper cars, just so that you know how to plan your day and to make sure you're on time for check-in. Again, pack water bottles and sunscreen and snacks for the buses. And I'm just making this statement because we've had a lot of lost items. This is our 3rd year, I think, going to Quassy, and every year there's something that goes missing. I just want to make you guys aware that whatever you bring, you are responsible for. That's your phone, your Crocs, your AirPods, your Beats. It is a very short day trip, in my opinion. It's not as long as our Hamilton trip. It's warm out. We don't need to bring blankets and pillows and odds and ends for the bus. Just bring what you need for the day to be outside and have a good time. Dr. Reynolds, did I miss anything?
No, I'll say it at the end as well, but just understand that this is an extension of the school day, and same expectations apply. So as we are talking all about the fun and the good stuff, just make sure that we know that and we remember that who we're representing, ourselves, our school, and all of those things. And you'll hear me say it again, and again we'll remind tomorrow as well.
So just to quick recap, I'm going to just summarize. This is a time now, if there's questions that we didn't answer, that teachers want to take a moment and type that into the chat. But again, the class of 2026 grade 8 Google Classroom has everything that you need to like survive the next couple weeks. I need to know, I have a question, I need to know information, I need access to this form to do this. Please always come here first. I do want to add that Thursday, we are doing a device check, because your devices, once they come in Thursday to school, are going to stay in school and charge overnight here. So on Thursday, when you come to school, you are going to be bringing your charger with you. So again, on Thursday, when you come to school, and I'll send this out to your parents too, you need to bring your Chromebook on Thursday and your charger. We have some questions in the chat. Can you mention what the students that aren't going will be doing? Sure. I'm going to just jump ahead and get Mr. Perry's question quick. Can students leave things on the bus? Yes, the buses will stay there and they lock them. So if you want to bring something and you don't want to carry it on around the park, that's fine. I wouldn't
Keep in mind, you're not going to be running back and forth to the bus though.
Correct.
So like if you're going to leave something on the bus, it's going to be there for the day, which is fine. The expectation is that whatever's in your bag, you're going to be carrying around until the end of the day. You'll be able to go on the bus.
I can't imagine what you would bring that you need to leave, to be honest. So students who are not going on the trip, there's one classroom for each subject area. So if I'm not going and I have ELA, I'm going to go to room 109. And if I have social studies, I'm going to room 108. And this is something that, because we're still making a few adjustments, we will review in homeroom again, but there's going to be signs all over the door. Please make sure you bring materials to class, because whatever class or subject you're going to, there will be an activity for you to participate in for the class time that you're there. But if you are not going on the trip, again, please fill out the t-shirt form, because you still will get your red shirt tomorrow. I had one on my desk. When we get to pre-promotion party, just to give you a hint, some of the stuff that you're going to get, we have a lot of swag for you guys is coming in. So these are things that you'll get at pre-promotion party, but we're doing t-shirts a little earlier this year so we could take advantage of wearing them the last 2 weeks. Are the lockers free?
I don't believe so. There's a nominal fee. It's either $5 or $10 for the day or something like that, or there's a non-refundable fee. But from my memory, it is not free. There's some sort of cost involved, and then you get it. Obviously, you get some of it back. I'm not sure if it's a deposit or just a rental fee, and you get a key and you can go back and forth. We can look at that when we get there.
What I do want to remind, and I didn't say this, if you've never been to Quassy, it's an amusement park, and the water park is like next to it, but it's kind of all in the same thing. There also is a lake with a beach. We're not permitted on the sand or in the lake. We're not doing that this year, just because we're spread out enough. So we're going to use the water park and the amusement park.
So a quick Google search shows that as of 2026, lockers are $20 each, and you'll have a $10 deposit, which is refunded when you return the key. That was just a quick search. So if it's changed or a little bit different, there's got to be some. It's probably similar though.
I'm going to also ask you. I keep the comments on the Google Classroom so that you guys can ask questions that are appropriate. Please don't put anything on there about other people and why they're not going on the trip or anything like that. There we go. I am sure that you have a lot of other questions about other things. The Remind is there now. Emails are great. Ask questions when they come up, because there's plenty of people between your teachers, myself, Mrs. Amaral, Dr. Reynolds, that can answer them. And I will tell you that at night, I check my email, and there's been a couple of you that have been reaching out with questions. And then if I don't answer, I follow up with you in person the next morning. So please don't hesitate to ask if you're confused about something or you need help with something, because we want to make this time very special for you all and not stress you out. And just know that we're here to help. Dr. Reynolds, do you want to quickly talk? There was some questions. I had one at lunch about when speakers are going to be notified.
So there are 15 students submitted an application or a Google form to be considered to speak at promotion. And today is Tuesday. We are gone tomorrow. I anticipate getting together with our team, reviewing all applications, and then really starting to look at our program, because each year sometimes it shifts based on what people want to talk about. We had a couple who submitted an application to speak, but they want to be with, they're actually applying with someone, like this is their plan. We'd like to do it together. There's a couple people with that. There was two others that were very unique. That would need to fit in a particular part of the program. So I would anticipate by Thursday afternoon, latest Friday morning. That way we'll meet by Friday before you leave for the weekend. You'll have an opportunity over the weekend to draft something, and then we'll begin to meet regularly to review. You'll be working with your ELA teachers on what those speeches look like, and then we'll be able to meet and practice as we get closer to the actual day. So Thursday afternoon, I anticipate latest Friday morning. Today is Tuesday. And thank you for everybody who did definitely submitted. A lot of you guys put some real thought into it. I would say out of the 15, at least 13 really showed that you put some thought in, you talked to other people. There was a real reason why you wanted to do it, not just because I want to talk. So I just appreciate that the time, because it's going to be a difficult decision.
I will be outside by the buses at the end of the day if somebody has a question or they want to talk. You will, as soon as we're done with this, you're going to transition to Core 4, just like you normally did. And just again, a reminder that you need to bring your charger to school with you on Thursday, and that your t-shirt, because you filled out your size, will be waiting for you in your homeroom tomorrow morning. Teachers, I'm going to follow up this afternoon with just a couple last minute reminders for tomorrow. And I hope everybody has a great night, and looks forward to tomorrow. Have a good afternoon, everybody.
It's a lot of fun. Great day.
Bye.